Good morning, everyone. Oh, deep breath here. It's a crazy morning. I have grand twins. One of them had a bloody nose this morning. So it was a fun morning. First of all, I want to give thanks to Pastor Bob and to the board for allowing our Quilts of Valor group to meet here at the church. For one thing, we meet twice a month. We have about 10 quilters, thereabouts. It varies every time we do meet. But we're so thankful we can meet here without charge and be able to come together. It's a good time for us to fellowship. Even throughout this whole quarantine thing, we started meeting, I think, in July after having a few months off. So it's been good for our well-being to be able to get together. We do a lot of laughing, a lot of talking, and Pastor Bob can hear us upstairs, I'm sure, and Donna. Yeah, yes, and we have a special guest that comes and tests our lunch. Again, our group is called the Delta County Quilts of Valor, and we've been meeting here for 5 years already. So today I have with me some of our other quilters. I have with me Paula, Barb, and Chrissy. And they're just a handful of the ones to help out. Veterans, I'm going to call your name. It's going to be in alphabetical order. I want you to come forward to this side, please. And one of the gals will hand you your quilt. Keep it folded, don't open it, and have a seat behind me then. And if you're here and you did not get on our list and you are a veteran and you have not received a quilt from us, please let these gals know. Sir, I saw you stand. If they can get some information from you, and we have a quilt for you. We'll get label put on it later, but we have one for you, okay? Let's see. So first veteran is Don Benjamin. Don served in the U.S. Army from 1963 to 1966. He was in Korea. He was a military journalist. And recently he published a book called Road to Lavender, and it's available at Stacy's or the Art Center here in Cedar Edge. It's a mystery book. Next, Emmett Leroy Black. Leroy served in the U.S. Marines from 1967 to 70, and he was in Vietnam. Dan Blakesley. Dan? Doesn't look like Dan is here today. He served in the U.S. Navy from 1974 to 1980. Tholo Chan. Oh, there it is. Tholo was in the National Guard in California, the Army National Guard, from 1966 to 1971. Come on, Tholo, pretend you're in the Guard. Move it, move it, move it. Bill Coates. Bill served in the U.S. Air Force from 1962 to 1966. Philip Larry Espinoza. He served in the U.S. Navy from 1954 to 1957. He was stationed in Japan, Korea, Hawaii, at Pearl Harbor. Our next veteran, unfortunately, is not able to be with us, but today his mom is here, and she's going to receive his quilt. Alencia Waite. This is for Andrew Harold. His wife was planning to be here, but she has a sick child at home, so she couldn't come. Andrew has been stationed in South Korea for the last 18 months, and he's still waiting for his orders to get home. He should have been in the process right now to come, and they were going to be transferred to Texas, but he's still stuck in Korea. And mom and mom and the family, daughter, and the children are just anxiously awaiting seeing him because that's a long time. He entered the U.S. Army in 2007. He was deployed for Operation Freedom and in Iraq and Afghanistan. So we wish him a speedy return. John Jackson. There he is. John served in the U.S. Army from 1969 to 1970. John's father became seriously ill while John was serving, so he received an early release to come home and take care of the family farm, which I'm thankful that our military men can do that, and women can come home if need be. So thank you, John. Next one is Mary Ann Metzger. She served in the U.S. Army from 1976 to 1979. She served in Germany and was a staff sergeant. We were going to present this quilt to Metz last year, but she had some health issues that prevented it. Then 2020 came. More health issues for family and friends that prevented us doing this quilt. And of course, COVID-19 hit. So we're so glad she's here today. She's a friend of Danny Ferris and the Intencio family. So glad you're here. Next one is Julie Prescott. Julie served in the U.S. Army from September 1988 to September of 1992. She served in Desert Storm from 1990 to 1991. She was deployed to Saudi Arabia and Iraq. She was a signal officer in the Army. And her husband, Scott Prescott. Scott was in the U.S. Army as well from 1987 to 2011, so 24 years he served. He was deployed to Desert Shield in September of 1990 to April of 1991, and Desert Storm 2007 to 2008. Also Iraqi Freedom, February through May of 2003, and Iraqi Surge 5-6 for 14 months in 2007 to 2008. Scott and Julie met in college, and Scott convinced Julie to join the Army so she could get her college education paid for, and she willingly agreed. Our almost last veteran, Dave Short. Dave Short, there you are. Dave was in the U.S. Air Force from 1958 to 1979. He spent 21 and a half years plus a day in service. He served in Vietnam and South America. If you want to know about why that extra day, ask him. Okay, did you guys get this gentleman's information? Okay. Any other veteran that we would love to recognize you now? No? Okay. Do you want to? Okay. Find out his name. Sorry for the little delay here. good to have a surprise veteran with us. I know he's been coming to service here for a couple months, I think, and I haven't had a chance to meet him yet. So maybe some of you haven't either. So we'll all get to know his name, and he won't know anybody's name. Oh, yeah, that's true. Everybody's name is Dan, he said, or Bob. Thank you. Okay, this is Jeremiah Cantavine. Oh, good. Jeremiah served in the U.S. Air Force from March 1994 to March of 1998. He was in Desert Storm. Thank you, Jeremiah, for coming forward. As quilters come representing over 10,000 quilters across our nation. Veterans, it's a pleasure to meet you. I hate having my back to you as I do this, but I feel kind of more weird standing this way. So here we go. Collectively, your service years is 91 years of service, which is pretty impressive. Again, those of you who do not know me, I'm Betsy Krager, and I've been involved with Quilts of Valor for over 5 years. I'm married to a Vietnam veteran, which all of you know, and he sacrificed greatly, and that's why I know how important it is to be honored and remembered for his service time. So that's why I wanted to get involved with Quilts of Valor and be able to make quilts just one way to show my appreciation to our veterans. I started the group here in Cedar Edge, September 2015, and since then we've had various ladies come and go with the group. I think some of these have been with us 4 years, 5 years, so it's been great. It takes a few months to a year to complete these quilts. Depends how intricate the pattern is in order to get it completed. Our group has presented over 130 quilts in the Delta County area. So, the Quilts of Valor Foundation is a national nonprofit organization founded in 2003 by Catherine Roberts. She was a quilter. She had a son. He had been deployed to Iraq. One night she had a dream of a post-deployment warrior struggling with his war demons at 2 a.m. She saw him sitting on the side of his bed, wrapped up in a quilt. The quilt comforted him and fenced off the war demons that troubled him. From that vision, Quilts of Valor Foundation began. Since 2003, over 261,000 Quilts of Valor have been awarded to our servicemen and women. Veterans, the quilt you hold in your hand brings a 3-part message from our hearts. Honor. We honor you for your military service. We honor you for leaving all you hold dear and to stand in harm's way in a time of crisis, protecting us from the effects of war. At the time you signed up, you had no idea what lied ahead for you. Freedom. Our quilters know that freedom's not free. The cost of our freedom is the dedication of lives of men and women like yourself. And this quilt is meant to say thank you for your sacrifice. Comfort. This quilt is meant to offer comfort to you and to remind you that your friends and family in a large quilting community are forever in all our thoughts and hearts. This quilt is awarded to say thank you for your service, sacrifice, and valor in serving our nation. This quilt's not a charity quilt. It's not a blanket. This quilt consists of 3 layers held together by the quilting stitches. We like to think of the layers in this way. The top of the quilt with its many colors, shapes, and fabrics represent the communities and the many individuals we are. The batting, the filler, is the center of the quilt. It's what gives it the warmth. It represents our hope that this quilt will bring warmth, comfort, peace, and healing to each of you. The backing is the strength that supports the other layers. It represents strength of yourself, the support of your coworkers, support of your friends and your family, community, and our nation. The quilting, that is each stitch that holds the layers together, represents love and gratitude. So on behalf of the Quilts of Valor Foundation and a grateful nation, with our deepest appreciation, we thank you for your service to our country for this Quilt of Valor Award. Thank you and welcome home. Oh. At this time, we like to show each of the veterans their quilt, and yourselves, if you could be sure everybody gets to see it, and then wrap the quilt around the veteran. That's kind of a tradition the Quilts of Valor does, is to give them a hug. So ladies, you're on. Every quilt is different. There are never any two alike. Can you get? Good job, Bill.
Next.
You might get a real hug there.
Thank you very much.
I'm in the way. I've got to wrap yours around the other way. Paula, put the quilt around the other way, the front out. You would think they would want to show off their work. Everybody wrapped, it looks like it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, veterans.